What's up, peeps? Welcome to the BANDOFBROS channel, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to not suck at sniping in Battlefield 6. So I've been sniping on controller for almost over 10 years in games like Warzone, Call of Duty. So I've been sniping on controller for over 10 years now, and in games like the original Warzone, Call of Duty multiplayer, Battlefield 1, and now on this one. And in all those games, I consistently hit long-range snipes, drag scopes, sometimes quick scopes, and aggressive sniping. And in today, I'm going to give you those exact tips so that you can become an amazing sniper in Battlefield 6. And the first thing that we're going to change is in these settings is that we're going to change the focus to toggle. Usually it is going to be set to hold, but this one, it just kind of like limits your thumb because you're going to have to be holding while you're trying to move your aim, and it's just a lot harder. So it's always better to set it on toggle. That means that you just click it once, your focus and your thumb is not being strained by that hold. And also make sure that your crouch is easily accessible. I do play with paddles, so I can crouch with circle because I've got paddles. Because crouching and going up and moving down is going to be very important, which I'm going to show you on later in the video, which is moving around cover. But if you do not have paddles, then what I suggest you is playing the bumper jumper. That's a very classical one, which is basically just switching your melee button to your crouch button. Now, after we got those settings out of the way, I want to talk about something probably very, very important on this game, which is what allows you to hit those snipes, and that is the bullet velocity and bullet drop. This is something very, very important that kind of like really changes between the games. And for example, Battlefield 1 and other Battlefields had a significant bullet drop. Like it was kind of crazy that you had to, shoot above this guy's head like 10 meters and calculate all that stuff. And that was pretty fun in that game. But Battlefield 6 does not have a lot of bullet drop. Just to put that into consideration, just remember that anything, if you're within that 150 meter ballpark, I would even go up to 170. Do not even try to aim above the guy's head. If you're around 180, 200 meters, just aim up slightly above that guy's head. Because I guarantee you, if you are missing those shots, most of the time is because you're actually overcompensating for the bullet drop. Same thing as bullet velocity. Bullet velocity is really, really high in this game. So again, if you're trying to shoot a dude while he's running, I guarantee you most of the times, same thing, you're overcompensating for that. Something that I also just suggest is using the little ticks on your sniper on the aim there, because they are pretty useful actually. So rather than just trying to like memorize, okay, I think I can shoot a meter in front of the gun, use the little ticks, right? So you can kind of, after playing for a long time, you'll know the distance and you'll see, all right, I'm going to shoot the guy on the first tick. And then after you get that nailed down, you know, all right, he's about the same distance, so I'll shoot him on the same tick. Because again, remember, like the bullet velocity and bullet drop, there's not that much in this game. So even if you're off by like 10 to 30 meters, even though you're aiming on that tick, you're always going to hit that mark. And also here for those long range snipes, I'm not going to show you to be those guys to use the rangefinder, the target finder, where you can even set it up into your gun where the second that you hit focus, it hits that rangefinder and you don't have to use any bullet drop. First of all, even though it's in the game, I'm completely against that because, you know what? That's not a real sniper. Second of all, if you see those guys using the range sniper, they're like at the back of the map, 500 meters away, aiming at a dude for 5 minutes and they get 1 kill in the entire game. That's not where you want to be. You want to be the aggressive sniper supporting your teammates at a good position where you can take out enemies in the OBJ. And one of the reasons why I say is do not use rangefinder is because this makes you inconsistent later on and you do not create muscle memory. Like if you're always using the rangefinder and the guy's 200 meters away, you got to use a rangefinder. Okay, I'm going to shoot him. Now 300 meters away, I'm going to use my rangefinder. And if you're used to that, even at 100 meters, you're going to use your rangefinder. But like I said, if you use the ticks and after you play for a while, which is also very important, use the same sniper so you get used to that bullet velocity. Once you get used to that, it's going to be muscle memory. You're going to even kill somebody significantly faster, even if they're using the rangefinder, because you've got it on point. You kind of, you do a little quick peek. All right, he's 200 meters away. I'm going to shoot him exactly at this tick. And you know after a while. So don't rely on the rangefinder. Now, also very quickly, you may say, no, but my sniper rifle kind of sucks. It doesn't have good bullet velocity, ADS is slow. What is the best sniper? So let me show you my class setup. I haven't unlocked the mini scout because I haven't grinded it that much. So the one I use right now is this one, the M2010, which is the first sniper. Let me show you the class setup that I have for this one. For the best scope that I found is this one, the 6X scope. I play a lot of breakthrough, so I'm not really shooting people 1,000 meters out. And I find this scope is plenty for that. And also it has the ticks that are very, very clean, nice and clean scope. Next up for this one, I've got the anti-glare on this one. Not sure if it works or not, but I kind of have it on there.
And then next up for this one, very, very important. It does cost 30 points, but the ADS bolt-in is very important that it allows you to rechamber while you're ADSing down sights. For this one, we've got the long-range bullets. For the magazine, we've got the 5-round fast mag, no underbarrel, no left accessory on this one. And then for the barrel, we've got the extended, which allows us to get our bullet velocity up to 1,000. And then for the muzzle, I tried quite a few. I have the flash hider, which you can hear the sound, but it fully hides where you're shooting. I tried using the suppressor, but I don't know. There was just kind of something off, and I just didn't like the way the suppressor felt. But so this is my class setup that I run right now.
So now that we got this out of the way, we're going to talk about one of the most important things. How do I kill an enemy that is probably, you know, a sniper, that he's already pre-aiming at me? He's got me down. I'm hunkered down behind a target. And especially in Battlefield 6, I can't jump shoot the guy, right? I can't move left and right because there's accuracy goes down. So how do I beat an enemy that's already looking at me and I can't really do any kind of movement? So actually you can. What you can do in this situation is very importantly, once you see an enemy, go behind cover. You want to have cover somewhere that you can move either left and right or crouch up and down, because what you're going to do is you're going to start quick peeking the guy, right? You want to quick peek him to the left, kind of like move to the left, move up, down, right. What you want to do when you're quick peeking, obviously first you got to see where he is, and what you start doing is you start aligning your hipfire crosshairs to where the general place of where this guy's going to be. And what you try to do is you try to force this sniper to hit that first shot. Once you're doing that quick peek and he misses that first shot, immediately quick peek, aim, do a drag scope, and shoot him really, really quick. Because again, this bolting of the gun doesn't take you that long. So whenever the sniper takes his first shot, you don't want to like take a lot of time trying to move and see where he is and try to aim for a shot. No, remember, once you're quick peeking, you've already got those crosshairs down, and this comes down to practice. But after you're really good at it, you've got those crosshairs down. You see that he shoots, you quick peek, ADSing quick, and do a little drag scope, and you nail the target down. Which just takes me to my second point. So in controller, the dead zone kind of sucks right now, and they are aware of this, and it's kind of an issue where if you're trying to do micro adjustments, and I mean like really, really, really crazy micro adjustments where you're shooting at a guy, you know, kind of far away, and you're kind of like moving to the right and moving to your left, your aim, and it just doesn't quite get there. Like it seems like it's blocky when it's movement. That's why right now what I suggest is panning from left to right, something like this. So panning from left to right is going to allow you, because since you're already in that smooth pass, once you get to his head, boom, you take the shot. But if you're trying to do those little micro adjustments right now, it's just going to be significantly harder. This is what was pretty commonly known in Call of Duty as drag scoping. But once you get the hang of it, especially in this game, Battlefield, it is going to be really, really, really useful. And talking about that, remember that while you're moving, there is bloom in the game, and this actually does affect snipers quite a bit. So if you're moving from left to right, it kind of does affect you quite a bit. So make sure that whenever you're going to take the shot, you can be moving from left to right, but as soon as you're going to take the shot, plant both of your feet down, take the shot, and then move. And also do remember that if you do focus, also remember that the second that you move, you will lose focus. Again, going on to that accuracy. So let's say you're moving, you're quick peeking left and right, you're about to take the shot, plant both of your feet down, hit the focus, pan, and shoot. That is the exact motion that you want to do. So remember, move left to right or up and down, plant your feet, ADS in, or whether you're already ADS in. Once you lock down, hold focus, pan, and shoot. Remember, those are the exact steps that you want to take. And just some general things in the game. Remember, you are also playing the sniper is just not sitting at the back of the map, shooting at the other snipers on the other side of the hill, 300 meters away, and that's all you're doing. That's not really what you want to be as a sniper. And as you guys saw a little bit in my gameplay, that's not really what I portray. What you portray is you want to position yourself about 20 to 30 meters from your teammates, maybe your squad, but also just from your teammates generally, and try to be diagonal, because diagonal allows you to get those nice and nasty line of sights into the objective. You just want to position yourself in a really good spot that you've got eyes on objective. And as you guys can see here, one time I got up to the hill, and sometimes if you're like directly 90 meters, like horizontally to the objective, you were in an amazing spot, because that is really what you want to be as a sniper. And if you have a squad, then remember, you always try to communicate with your squad and let them know where the enemies are. But position is very, very important. And again, if you want to be a valuable sniper, don't stand in the back. And yes, obviously, sometimes you can take those snipers that are at the back of the map, like if they're not allowing you to get to that position, or if they're pretty annoying to your teammates, take them out. But remember, it's also going to be very, very important to position yourself 20 to 30 meters behind your teammates diagonally. It's always going to be amazing. And with that being said, those are all the tips and tricks I got for you guys. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. If you have any questions, put them down below in the comment section. Peace out, and I'll see you all in the next one.